We've all been impacted by digital technologies, right? Everybody here has. And some businesses have been affected more than others, but I would suspect to say that one section of our industry may have been affected more than others, and that's print music. So I'd like to bring out Larry Morton, president of Hal Leonard, talk about how they made that shift. Hey, Larry. How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Long time. Larry was also chairman of NAMM, so for a couple of years he was my traveling buddy. We kind of went around the world together. But in the middle of all that, you kind of ran Hal Leonard. So let's talk about Hal Leonard.
With a lot of help, by the way.
So, you know, the thought here
wait a minute. All right. Before we get started, when you asked me to do this, I was so honored, but you didn't tell me I had to follow Jake.
So, I didn't know that.
Wow. Wow, that was amazing.
Surprise. The whole thing's a surprise. You think we planned this? I mean, come on.
I'll do my best.
You got a drummer up here. Okay, so the idea of the Hal Leonard story is just obviously an amazing story, but you saw the impact that this was going to have. You the whole idea of being a game changer is looking around the corner and seeing something that's about to come. How did you approach digital technology with print?
You know, it was an interesting time. This was actually 1997 when we decided to launch the industry's first digital sheet music website with our dealers. So it was kind of a shocking thing to do. In 1997, it was 5 years before iTunes. And we said, you know what, it's going to happen sooner or later. It's not going to be quick. It's going to be long haul. But
most of us were on dial-up with AOL at that point.
Right. Yeah. So bandwidth was a problem. Technology wasn't there. A lot of things to stop it. But we looked at it and said, you know, it's a logical extension of who we are. I think what drove us is we never defined ourselves as a printer. We defined ourselves as people who create music, and it happens to sit on a book. And today the book is going strong, and we just finished a great year. And so print's here for a long time, but we felt there was an opportunity to do digital, and so there was no technology. We had to go out and find, quirky little things to get it going. And then the other part of it was Hal Leonard has a very strong dealer-centric mentality. It's embedded in all of us, and we've always partnered with our dealers. So we early on said, let's go to our dealers and let's figure out a way to do it. So that began the first digital retailer program and all kinds of affiliates. And then today, for example, we have over 2,000 dealers using our digital retailer program in their stores and online. And a footnote to that was pretty interesting because at the time we were doing it, .com time where the stock market's going crazy and venture capital's throwing money at all these companies, and we were literally laughed at. Like, well, why would you involve your dealers? That's stupid. It's all going to go online. And we're like, well, this is where we're going. They're all gone. Those companies are all gone, and we're still growing.
So the idea that what used to be a static product, a book would be purchased, sit on a piano bench or on a music stand. That's not the case now.
No, it's really evolved, and one of the things that we say to each other around Hal Leonard is we always say, be our own spoilers. You got to be willing to say, hey, let's do this because that's where the market's going, and then figure out how that works. And so today, what we've seen this evolution, which is really cool. I know a lot of our retailers are aware of this, is that more and more we're creating physical books with unique codes that can take the consumer to the cloud where they can get additional content and get access to all this material. Because we never saw it as two different
videos or
it can be video, deeper. It can be audio tracks, it can be additional notation, whatever the case. There's no commerce to it. It's all supporting that product. In our Essential Elements banners printing methods, for example, every teacher or student book has the ability to go on to a site called Essential Elements Interactive and get assessed and get all these really cool features. But the ticket to that universe is through your local store when you buy the book. Mm-hmm. And so we don't, we've never just drawn circles around and said, well, that's digital and that's physical. We see it as one universe, and you have to find a way to make it available.
Really developing the relationship with that customer.
Right, yeah.
Over again. Yeah. Where do you see some of the next steps in digital going? I mean, you just see this becoming, there's more product available than ever before. You can go deeper into catalogs.
Yeah.
Tell me about the whole idea that Winona, is that where the print place is?
Yeah, Winona, Minnesota.
So you can print on demand now.
Yeah, we have an incredible facility. Actually, where the company was founded, for those of you who don't know, in 1947, Hal and Leonard, the two brothers, and their friend Roger, happened to be from Winona, Minnesota. And as good fortune would turn out, it's a great place because in 2 days UPS you can reach anywhere in North America. So that's where we were founded, and we have 400,000 square feet of distribution warehouse and all that. But the nature of how we create products, if you think about creating an instruction book or song book, it's online. We're working on computers. So we have a digital file, and then in my early days at the company, that digital file had to be, created into plates, and then the plates were made to print and all that. So the leap from a digital file to printing from that digital file got closer and closer. And over the years, we built up more than 300,000 digital assets. So what's really kind of evolved is the notion of something going out of print is becoming more academic, because we can literally print one, or we can print 10, or we can print 1,000.
It changes the game for
That changes it, and that's also makes more music available.
So the whole print side has been basically reconstituted into this new world of digital.
Right.
In parallel to that, you also looked at those facilities and the assets you brought to bear and said, hey, maybe we can do this with some other products too. So you started this distribution model.
Right.
How'd that come about? And is that it sounds good in reverse. Oh, that makes perfect sense. But at the time, how did that get introduced?
Well, I would like to say that we had this, great white paper, and we, had a focus group, but that's not really Hal Leonard style. Our chairman, Keith Marnick, many of you know, is an incredible leader, and Keith is famous for hallway decisions that involve 3 words. And 2 of those words usually are do it. It can be preceded by why haven't you done it? Or it can be preceded by when are you going to do it? But the 2 common words always with them are do it. And so the do it moment for us was, we didn't really have a grand plan. We were working closely with Sibelius Music Notation, because we were making our music through it. And talking to them, they were having trouble reaching storefronts. And as we all know, 7,000 storefronts scattered around North America. We have a fragmented business, and it's very unique. And we, with all due humility, I think we have the greatest distribution center in terms of quality and efficiency and all that. So
Actually, that wasn't really humility.
that wasn't.
No, actually, that was kind of
But did I say with all due respect?
but that doesn't make it right, though, really.
I should have said with all due respect. That gives
You
the
did,
pass,
but it
right?
doesn't make it. Look,
Darn it.
Ricky Bobby
You're
would
right.
say that doesn't.
Ricky Bobby would not say that. I'm so sorry. We spent way too much time together. So we'll come back to you in a minute.
So, dealer network.
Yeah, so
People on the phone.
Yeah, so we realized that, wait a minute, we touch so many storefronts, education dealers, rock and roll, MI gear, on and on. So it started with Sibelius Notation. Then when Abbott acquired Sibelius, we had the opportunity to take Pro Tools to the market. And then Pro Tools led to M Audio, and M Audio led to Line 6. And so we found the sweet spot in the DAWs world, digital audio workstations. And we create music, so we have an affinity to that. And then we have great partnerships with the retailers. We said, this is a great fit. So it just grew. And then the next explosion came with mobile products, with IP Multimedia and Blue Microphone, and companies that said, wow, everyone's got phones and iPads, and there are a lot of really cool widgets to use to connect your instrument or voice to that, but where are you going to buy that? You're not going to buy that at a mass market. So that led to this opportunity of, we'll curate, we'll vet, we'll figure out the right product mix, and we'll make it easy as a one-stop to a retailer.
So some of these people started coming to you.
Yeah, a lot of it came to us. We've turned down more than we've taken in, and then it's turned into, the model is, if you need to, your company wants to focus purely on product development and kind of market development, use Hal Leonard for this resource.
Yeah.
And then kind of a recent kicker has been the Kickstarter world, which is kind of funny, because we got approached by a couple people and realized there's this bubbling under of all these unique music products that are being funded through Kickstarter type programs. And one of them actually didn't directly come out of Kickstarter, but some of you may have are selling the Chord Buddy, which an incredibly creative guy, Travis Perry, made it onto Shark Tank and got chosen. And then he has this really cool device to get you started playing guitar. But then if you're a maker of a product, how the heck do you get it to 7,000 storefronts? And from a retailer point of view, they don't want to set up all these different vendors for small items. So through Travis, we started thinking about entrepreneurs. And we've recently signed up a couple of folks out of the Kickstarter world. Great ideas, they got a little funding, but they need that.
And then your customers can just still buy from you.
Right.
And get entangled into that other world of how many
And from a retailer point of view, they know we've done our homework, and we're not going to endorse a product that's crap, and we're going to make sure that they're going to be taken care of.
Did you say that?
I did. I said crap. I cleaned it up, though.
Yeah, I guess everybody wanted to say that.
My friends out here know I'm fond of using other words.
So,
Joe is speechless.
I try and keep track.
How did that happen? Sorry, man.
I think you had said something earlier, but the idea in this thing of game changers about someone's going to blow up your business, no matter what is happening. So you might as well be the one to blow up your own business,
Right.
And be ahead of that. Where's that philosophy? Is that in the company?
It's cultural DNA. I think, as a publisher, you look at things that are selling and you go, wow, could we do another version of that and make it sell better? Or you look at something that's not working and you say, it didn't work because of this, so let's kill that, we'll peel permanently out of print and we're going to make a new version. So this whole idea of second editions and third editions and volume 2 and volume 3, it's a constantly, evolving process. And, we're very fortunate. Our team, our creative team, led by Keith Barnecker, chairman, Jeff Schradel, our executive vice president, there's a whole crew of people that are just constantly changing. So that fed over to the nature of our business itself. And, we, like I said earlier, we actually bristle a little bit at being called a sheet music publisher because we never call ourselves that. We just don't think of ourselves that way. We're in the music making business.
Well, you think about starting out where the organ music bench packs, set and sold with the home organ in the 70s. I mean, I think there's just nothing but a progression for Hal Leonard. And
we're seeing that coming back around. We're seeing more learning tools bundled with instruments. I think that's a good sign for the industry. When you think about that cliff, we all know they get started, and then if we could get a small percentage of that drop off to stick with it, our whole industry would lift. So
don't be afraid to blow up your own business.
Right. Always challenge it and be willing to take that risk.
Thank you, Larry.
Great.
Good call.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.